What's up, YouTube? It's me, Jess, and I'm an opera singer. Today's video is Patron Pick of the Month, and for this month, they have chosen Kristin Chenoweth performing Glitter and Be Gay from Candide. Now, just a disclaimer, I have seen this performance a few times, and we're in for a treat. Let's go.
As for the poor beauty, she lives for Mondays, when she rests under the watchful eye of her constant companion and chaperone, the old lady.
So good.
My song, you go. Go.
Glitter and be gay, that's the part I play. Here I am in Paris,
France.
forced to bend my soul to a sordid role, victimized by bitter circumstance. Alas for me, had I remained beside my lady mother, my virtue had remained unstained until my maiden hand was gained by some grand duke, or other.
So good. I remember when I first heard Miss Chenoweth, the first thing I thought was, what does she sound like just speaking in her natural tone? And I went to go watch an interview that she was in, and I was like floored. But the two go hand in hand. They sound so similar. It's actually really fascinating. First thing right off the bat, if you don't know what a bright sound sounds like you'll hear it in some of my videos, I'll say, oh, her voice is nice and dark or rounded, or it's pretty even, or wow, her voice is pretty bright, which allows her to shoot up super high and it sounds super effortless. Listen to this video. Listen to Miss Kristin Chenoweth. She even has a bright sound when she talks. It works in her favor so well, especially when we'll later hear how high she is able to shoot. Really is something to learn from, and learn from the fact of how brightness actually does help when you shift into the extreme parts of your register. Second thing is acting and character development. We've already seen so much complexity when it comes to acting just in this 2.5 minutes so far. And if you don't know the story of Candide and this character, I don't even know how to properly pronounce the name. Cunegonde? I don't know. If you know, let me know down below. This character is a pretty complex character. Yes, in this instance, she's in Paris, France, and she's basically dividing her time between two men in order to make a means and a way of living. Her promiscuous ways kind of continue on later on in the musical until she spoiler alert, has a different ending for herself, we'll just say. That brings about a lot of complexity when you think of someone's mental state when they choose to make these choices for whatever reason. Those choices have consequences, and it makes for a complex character, and you can hear the sarcasm a lot in this song, in the lyrics, and especially in the way the acting is portrayed. Though this is uppity and sounds fun, and there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of shame and sadness when you really break down the character, who she is, what she is doing in order to just kind of make it on by. So knowing that dichotomy really makes me at least appreciate the acting choices when it comes to this performance. It's really going to make or break this performance. So I appreciate the character development and her commitment to the character. You can see that all throughout on her facials. You can hear it in the tone of her voice. You can see it on her body language. It's honestly flawless, fantastic. So continuing on with this idea of dichotomy, which I feel is going to be a theme in this analysis. You've got the dichotomy, which is two separate elements. One, the pain that this character feels, and then two, the sarcasm that she is using to conceal that pain in order to get by and portray a certain persona. Using that theme, this idea, and correlating it to how that is being displayed in the performance is going to help us better understand the complexity of the character and also appreciate the idea of character development, how the audience is perceiving the character because of the way it is being portrayed by the performer. So at the very beginning, after Miss Patty leaves the stage, we immediately get the spotlight that shifts her face to look directly at the audience, at the camera, which is us. And then she goes into this silent cry before she starts singing. Now, I think that's so powerful because I've said this in videos before, but what you do when you're not singing as a character says a lot about you as an actor, you as a performer. This video is going to be a fantastic video to analyze that, to see how great she is in those moments where there are no lines to sing, but you're still being portrayed as a character and we see everything. So that moment at the very beginning, before anything happened, we get immediately that satisfaction of acting skills being put on a pedestal up here. Phenomenal. Then that is carried through in the singing voice. So the very first lines, glitter and be gay, those are perceived as pretty happy words. Glitter and gay, literal happiness, right? However, when you listen to the way she's delivering this line, she's adding a lot of sighing to the line. She is not singing just note for note as it would be literally written on sheet music. Now, I don't know if there are slur lines in the actual sheet music. I haven't studied this role, but if there are, that makes sense. That is what she's doing. But you hear in between each note for glitter and be gay, you hear all of the small tones within the space between those intervals being sung throughout.
Glitter and be gay, that's the part I play.
That sigh factor is showcasing that dichotomy. You have the happiness of the words glitter and be gay, yet you have this sarcastic factor which makes it sound so dramatic and even a bit sad despite the words being said. So that's one example, and we're going to give more examples later on throughout this performance to really highlight this idea of dichotomy and the theme that is really pronounced in this performance.
I've virtue hath remained unstained until my maiden hand was gained by some grand duke. Or other. 'Twas not to be, harsh necessity brought me to this gilded cage. Born to higher things, here I drew my wings.
So good.
Singing of a sorrow nothing can assuage. Oh, and yet of course I rather like to revel. I have no strong objection to champagne. My wardrobe is expensive as the devil. Perhaps it is enough to complain. Enough of being basely tearful. I'll show my noble stuff by being bright and cheerful.
Okay. This is just too good. This is so good. Okay, one of my favorite moments past. All the parts I'm thinking about too are moments where she's not singing. My first favorite moment is when she saw the crown, I think it's like a tiara or something, on the arm of the sofa. That caught her attention, and then she like turned and did this huge smile, like just a sheer true reaction to seeing this piece of jewelry. I thought that was so genius.
Bright and cheerful.
Just again, character development. Every time she does something like this, it adds this deeper layer to the character where it feels like we truly know who she is as a character. It really doesn't get any better than that. What I also liked, which I didn't really pay attention to before, two things are her inhalations. To me, they're true character inhalations, and that's not easy to do. A lot of times we as singers just inhale, and sometimes even just inhale too much because we're so worried about the line that we're about to sing. An alternative way to inhale is to inhale as the character. If you are truly the character and you believe everything you're saying, you're going to inhale a certain type of way before you go and sing your line. And when you do that as the character, it makes all of your inhalations really believable.
My virtue hath remained unstained until my maiden hand was gained by some grand duke. Or other.
Hers are spot on. I'm never distracted by her inhalations, and in a sense of, oh wow, she really took an unusually large breath there, but it sounded like a nervous breath because this phrase that we know is coming up is very difficult. I didn't get that at all, which is fantastic. Then the other thing I notice now, which I didn't notice before, is her mic is in her wig, so the audio is very sensitive. But I like that. It makes this scene more real. You can hear the shuffling of the jewels, or I don't know if it's her dress or whatever she has on, but you can hear that ever so slightly in the background when she gets up and prances around the couch. You can hear the shuffling of all of the things that she's meddling around with. And I think that just makes this scene more relatable, makes it more raw, and it just makes it that much more believable. I liked that. I don't know if this girl does track or she exercises a lot or what, but what she is doing is so difficult, you all. It's unbelievably difficult. Just moving around in that way without breathing uncontrollably hard to where it's distracting is hard in itself. And then on top of that, you're adding vocals. And then not only that, but very extreme vocals. It's rhythmically driven. There's purpose, actual purpose behind it. And when you consider all of those factors, on top of the fact that it's in a very high register and you don't hear tiredness, not only that, she has a lot of energy on her face. It's just wild. It's wild. It's true talent. I'm very curious to know what her practice sessions were like and what it took her to get to this point. Like, was she just naturally like this? That's not easy.
Pearls and ruby rings. How can worldly things take the place of honor lost? Can they compensate for my fallen state, purchased as they were at such an awful cost? Bracelets, lavaliers, can they dry my tears? Can they blind my eyes to shame? Can the brightest brooch shield me from reproach? Can the purest diamond purify my name?
And yet, of course, these trinkets are endearing. I know so glad my sapphire is a star. I rather like a 20-carat earring. If I'm not pure, at least my jewels are. Enough, enough. I'll take their diamond necklace and show my noble stuff by being gay and reckless. Observe how bravely I conceal the dreadful shame I feel.
That's hard. so good. And what is even better is the commitment to the last second. She didn't break out of character when she stopped singing. In fact, she gave us more. So good. Oh, there's 2 more parts that were my favorite where she didn't sing. One was when she fell to the couch and she said the words, "Oh my God."
Pearls.
Now, I don't know the score. Again, I haven't studied this character nor this piece. So I don't know if that was actually written in the score. But when I think of other performances that I've seen on this, I don't recall hearing anyone adding "Oh my God." So if that was her own choice and, she collabed with the conductor and the music director, that was a nice touch. Again, we want to see those types of characteristics because it develops the character and it makes us believe in that character that much more. Then my other and last favorite part, there's so many parts, but again, this is just parts where she wasn't singing. At the very end, when again she saw a piece of jewel and she got really excited. It was like there was a never dull moment.
Purify my name. And yet, of course, these trinkets are endearing.
Everything she did was purposeful, and she had a reaction, and a convincing reaction for everything she did. You guys, that is the key to character development. Just watch this performance. It's literally everything. Also, I haven't commented though, the orchestra is fantastic. If you are going to study this character or even just this piece, Glitter and Be Gay, I encourage you to listen to the overture. The overture is so good. It's witty, it's fun, it's energetic, it's fast, it's difficult, and there's a lot of thematic material, and you'll hear thematic material from Glitter and Be Gay in the overture. Honestly, job well done, top-notch performance. I encourage any artist, watch this performance and take note of every single choice that she is making, and then go back and think to yourself, why did you enjoy that choice? Why did you even enjoy this performance? Honestly, that's what I feel my job is here, to showcase why you may or may not like something. Even if you don't like her voice, let's say, there's still a high appreciation for execution. Even if you don't like her voice, it's going to be very hard for you to convince me that she didn't believe in her character. That alone deserves a round of applause and should be appreciated, studied, and even admired if you're trying to aspire to be anything of this caliber. If you liked all that you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Comment down below what other piece from musical theater or even an opera I should do a performance analysis on. Lastly, make sure you check out the description box for ways you can keep in touch with me, get access to exclusive perks, check out the Soprano Notes blog, and or take a lesson with me. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!